This edition of Loser Donald brings you to the Waffle House, where Donald Trump has decided that he's going to waffle on his most central issue, immigration. You remember when he announced his candidacy, when he said these famous words and then was challenged on it?
When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're bringing drugs. They're bringing crime. They're rapists. And some, I assume, are good people.
Do you regret saying that specifically about rapists, or do you stand by it?
No, not at all. Of course, it's not only Mexico. If you let that run a little bit longer, it talks about people coming from all over. They're coming from all over. They'll soon be coming, and probably already have, be coming from all over the world. You're probably going to have people, you're probably going to have terrorists coming from the Middle East. Somebody said, oh, we don't have terrorists. They don't even know, because they don't know who's coming. And certainly we do have killers and plenty of other problems coming over. We take them because other countries don't want them. We're like a dumping ground. The United States, Aaron, is like a dumping ground for the world's problems. So absolutely I wouldn't change that.
Okay, so couldn't be any clearer. We're not taking them. They're criminals. They're rapists. But all of a sudden, last night he's on with Sean Hannity, and his advisors had been hinting at a pivot on immigration. But he's been saying all along, we're going to build the wall and we're going to kick them out. Now, maybe we're not going to kick them out. Really? And look at his own crowd's reaction here as he hints at that in this clip.
I go through and I meet thousands and thousands of people on this subject, and I've had very strong people come up to me, really great, great people come up to me, and they've said, Mr. Trump, I love you. But to take a person that's been here for 15 or 20 years and throw them and the family out, it's so tough, Mr. Trump. I mean, I have it all the time. It's a very, very hard thing.
So there he is with Sean Hannity. That's a room full of people who are Trump supporters. And when he's saying, maybe we don't throw them out, they're like, boo. Okay. So now I want you to see the second part of it, because he's going to both hint at what his new policy is while trying to make sure that everybody in the room doesn't riot. And then I think he says something very critical here that gives you a sense of where he's actually going. Let's watch.
You also seem to be indicating there might be something other than they have to go back.
Look,
am I reading that right?
We have to follow the laws of our country. We have to
so
follow
that means they go back.
We have to follow the laws.
And you have been sort of indicating that there will be some flexibility. That you originally you had said they're all out and there was a big brouhaha, but you're saying that if somebody can prove that they've been here, proven to be a citizen, but well, here's the big question though.
Go ahead.
No citizenship.
No citizenship. No citizenship.
Everyone agree with that? All right.
I mean, go a step further. They'll pay back taxes. They have to pay taxes. There's no amnesty as such. There's no amnesty.
Right.
That sounds like they're not going back. And Hannity knows it. That's why he's asking the question that way. He now advises Donald Trump. He's part of that Steve Bannon, Roger Ailes team. And so, yeah, they're pivoting. There's no question they're pivoting. And the part that you could absolutely tell is the phrase, no amnesty as such. That means they think, yep, amnesty. Here, watch. I'll play it for you again.
There's no amnesty as such. There's no amnesty as such.
What does that mean? Before, he's like, throw him out. Now he's like, there's no amnesty as such. There's no amnesty. Kind of. All right. So very clear. Everybody now basically acknowledges what's happening here. Here comes the pivot that he said he wouldn't do. He said pivoting was lying. Now, if you think, well, no. This is what he was always saying, that maybe they stay if they pay back taxes. He never said throw them out. Really? Well, let's watch and see what happens. These are all clips of Donald Trump throughout the campaign.
You're going to have to send people out. Look,
So
we're a
what will you
country.
do?
Maria, we're a country of laws.
And then if you wanted to deport the people already here, each and every one are entitled to due process, and it would take decades to do that and gazillions of dollars, and the courts would block you at every turn. You must know all that.
Bill, I think you're wrong about the 14th Amendment. And frankly, the whole thing with anchor babies and the concept of anchor babies, I don't think you're right about that. We either have a country or we don't have a country. I'd much rather find out whether or not anchor babies are actually citizens.
All right,
because
you can
a lot
test
of
it.
people
Why don't you
don't think
test it
they
out?
are. We are a country of laws. Going to have to go out. They're going to have to go, and they're going to have to come back in legally. And otherwise, we don't have a country. And if we don't do that, we don't have a country. But they're going to have to go out, and hopefully they get back. But we have no choice if we're going to run our country properly and if we're going to be a country. They're going to have to go, and they're going to have to come in legally. They're going to have to come in through a system. They moved 1.5 million people out. We have no choice. We have no choice.
And do you envision federal police kicking in the doors in barrios around the country, dragging families out and putting them on a bus? Do you envision that?
Bill, I don't think they have American citizenship. One good thing
You'll
about
rescind the Dream Act executive
you're
order,
gonna have to.
the DACA.
We have to make a whole new set of standards. And when people come in, they have
So
to
you're
come in.
going to split up families.
Chuck,
You're going to deport children.
Chuck, no. We're going to keep the families together. We have to keep the families together.
But you're going to keep
But
them
they have
together
to
out?
go. But they have to go.
What if they have no place to go?
We will work with them. They have to go.
They have to go. And now all of a sudden, maybe they don't have to go. So that's the guy you thought was on your side. With Donald Trump, there is no your side. There's only his side. Whatever suits him at that moment. You think he has some sort of plan? The guy's basically got ADD. He just jumps around and he's like, I don't know, what's to my advantage? During the primaries, yeah, they got to go. We have no country. If we don't kick them out, we have no country. Now in the general election, finally somebody's gotten his attention and said, it's not working, you're losing in the polls. Now you're going to have to try to appeal to those people. All of a sudden, we've got a country. We've got a country and they can stay. No amnesty as such. But now at the same time, he's trying to have it both ways, still trying to appeal to anti-immigrant people. Why? Because he's now a very standard politician. That's what politicians do. They lie to you and try to get your vote no matter which side you're on. So he holds a rally down in Mississippi and has Nigel Farage from the UK in to support him. This guy is, his whole plank on Brexit was, the immigrants are coming, we got to keep them out, we got to keep them out. So he has him come up and give this speech.
If I was an American citizen, I wouldn't vote for Hillary Clinton if you paid me. In fact, I wouldn't vote for Hillary Clinton if she paid me.
Nigel Farage was the guy who said that American politicians, especially President Obama, should butt out of British politics. And all of a sudden, in the middle of our presidential elections, here comes Nigel Farage saying, no, don't vote for Hillary Clinton, keep the immigrants out. Trump wants to have it both ways because he's a standard slimy loser politician. Okay. Now, if he had stuck to his guns, I actually think that he probably would have been a little bit better off, although I find his position deplorable, his original position, the one that got him here. I think you dance with the one that brought you. And now that he's appears to be pivoting away from his base, the jury's still out. And maybe the pivot works, okay, then that would be a hell of a feat. And it is possible that, and the only way that it's possible is that Roger Ailes is really running things and he's savvy enough to pull that off. Nobody else in Trump's circles is savvy enough. Certainly Trump's not savvy enough. But if this pivot doesn't work, then he's got nothing left because he won't have his base left either. And then he'll go back to what he always has been. At the end, he in the beginning, he huffs and he puffs and he puts his name out there and he's like, Trump, 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 Trump. And at the end of every business venture he's ever had and everything he's ever run, at the end it's, oh no, I lost everything again. Probably how it'll go. You want to watch the whole 2-hour show every day, any way you want, anytime you want, with any device you want? That's why we made membership. tytnetwork.com/join. I know what you're thinking.
Give me a break.
You didn't know about it before, but now you do. tytnetwork.com/join.